Hello, this is Daniel from Samdan's Couch. This video is a dual review video where I'll be looking at the Nintendo 64 Switch online Bluetooth controller and the Intecgaming Wireless Receiver. Nintendo released, as part of the Nintendo Switch Online service, several old-school controllers over the past years, which you can use for the Switch RetroGaming library. The gaming library ranges from NES, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, and also Nintendo 64 games. The latter you can only play if you get the more expensive expansion pack membership. The great thing about the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo 64 controllers is that these controllers are Bluetooth based. So you can use these controllers not only on your Nintendo Switch console, like Nintendo originally intended it, but also on a computer, a Steam Deck, and many other devices you can think of which supports Bluetooth controllers. You can buy countless Bluetooth controllers these days, and even get third-party Nintendo 64 controller copies. But in my opinion, nothing beats a controller coming from the original manufacturer, which in this case is of course Nintendo. And the controllers are perfect in every sense. When comparing the new Nintendo 64 controller to the original Nintendo 64 controller, it feels absolutely the same. That is important if you want the same look and feel when playing retro games. You not only get an internal rechargeable battery, USB-C, Bluetooth connectivity, but also a built-in rumble pack, which back in the day you had to add to the original Nintendo 64 controller, plus extra batteries. The new N64 controller weighs 227 grams, 7.97 ounces. The original N64 controller weighs without the wire around 171 grams, 6.03 ounces. And with its wire and plug, 219 grams, 7.68 ounces. So the new N64 controller is a little heavier, but houses more hardware, as it contains a rechargeable battery, Bluetooth hardware, and the rumble function. So I am really loving this controller, and it is constantly sold out at Nintendo, even after over a year after its first release. So if you want one, you should regularly check the Nintendo store and buy it as soon as it becomes available again. Now I had a best of both worlds controller, a brand new N64 controller plus wireless connectivity. All that was missing was a Bluetooth adapter to enjoy the fun with my original N64 console. After a little research, I found and bought myself the Intecgaming Wireless Bluetooth adapter. It costs around $30. The adapter comes in the form of a dongle, plugs directly into your N64 console, and doesn't need a separate power source. It has a micro USB on the bottom, which is used for firmware updates, and has a slot to put in your rumble pack or your controller pack for saving games. You'll have to choose one or the other, but you can change them out within games when prompted. You will need the rumble pack inserted into the dongle to get the rumble function from your Bluetooth controller. Just make sure not to put in any batteries, else the dongle will jump around from the rumble pack vibrating. The Intecgaming adapter can also be used to connect PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Switch Pro and Xbox One Bluetooth controllers. It works well, but in this review I will focus on the Nintendo 64 controller. First, you should check if your Intecgaming adapter has the latest firmware installed. Go to the Intecgaming website and hit the download button. Grab the installer from there. You will have to use a Microsoft Windows computer for the upgrade. Now what makes one a little uncomfortable is that Windows Defender instantly denies the download and later the launch of the software itself, warning this software is a Trojan. You have to jump through some hoops to keep and run the software. It is a false positive, so you don't have to worry about the warnings. To update the firmware, click the Update button, then grab the device, hold and keep holding the Sync button while inserting the micro USB cable that is connected to your computer. The little blue LED will turn on and then off again. Then you can let go of the Sync button and the software will update the adapter. Be warned though that if you already have the latest firmware installed, an error message will appear telling you the update process failed. Not very elegant. I wish the software would just tell the user that the adapter already has the latest firmware installed instead. Now just connect the dongle to your N64 console. Turn on the console, hit the Sync button on your Nintendo 64 controller, and then press the Sync button on the adapter. The blue LED will start to flash now. After a few seconds, the LED shouldn't flash anymore, and the controller is connected, confirming it with a rumble. From now on, the adapter will remember the N64 controller, and you don't need to resync it, even when the console was turned off. Here I am playing one of the rarer N64 games, Stunt Racer, wirelessly with a brand new original Nintendo 64 controller. I can feel no lag, which is great, and the rumble function feels very strong. Actually even stronger than the original rumble pack, which I think is neat, since I do enjoy physical feedback in video games. Also, Mario 64 feels nice and snappy. Jumping around and doing tricks feels just as good as it does with the wired controller. Now why would you want this combination for your old N64 console? First, you'll get a brand new original Nintendo 64 controller, which you can't buy any other way anymore unless you find some over-expensive one on eBay. Second, you get the best of both worlds, original look and feel with the comfort of wireless connectivity. You get a built-in rumble pack, which doesn't require extra batteries, and the controller can be conveniently charged over USB-C. And as an extra, you also get a better and stronger rumble feedback. The Intecgaming adapter is a good choice to quickly connect your Bluetooth controller to a vintage N64 console. It supports many modern controllers, like PlayStation controllers, but for me personally, it really gets meaningful when pairing it up with the new Nintendo 64 controller. I can recommend both in combination, and I have had no issues with lag or disconnecting problems. But the Intecgaming adapter is not the only adapter on the market. I will review the N64 Blue Retro Controller Receiver from 8-Bit Mods in a future video, which features internal save and rumble function. So stay tuned for that. Now let me ask you a question. Are you interested in playing your retro games using Bluetooth controllers on original hardware? And if yes, what adapter are you using? Let me know in the comments of this video. Thank you for watching, and if you would like to see more of my videos, cool tech reviews and games, please consider liking and subscribing to this channel. It really helps me to make more content for you in the future. Until then, I will see you next time on Sam Dan's Couch.